Hello. We're on.
Better than off.
Yeah. Welcome. Law and Disorder. Take 3.
This is show number 3. Third time's the charm, right?
Hopefully.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll see. So, I'm Sergio. This is Kate.
What's up?
We are here. Thanksgiving has passed. Black Friday has passed.
We survived.
Cyber Monday has passed.
Yep.
And we're still here.
Somehow.
And not in one piece. We lost a little bit of each other, I'm sure, on Black Friday. But.
I went shopping. We can talk about that. It was just, it was awful.
And yes, you do hear a football game in the background.
Yeah, so the Cowboys are playing the Redskins tonight, and we are live streaming the game during our show.
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of legal issue with that, but it's all right.
They can't see it.
No, they can just hear it.
Barely.
I mean, it's fine. It'll be fine. So, what's on the agenda tonight, ma'am? Kate, ma'am?
Well, we can talk about our Thanksgiving holiday.
Ah, yes.
We'll talk about that. We can talk about the new Matt Lauer scandal that's going around.
The new Matt Lauer. The new Hollywood scandal.
The newest one.
So whatever you want to call it.
It's not so new anymore since I feel like every day someone else is getting.
I'm waiting for them to come get me. I'm probably not big enough to have my own scandal, but I'm waiting. I'm hoping I'm on that list.
Well, I feel like there's a pattern with all these guys that are getting accused.
Accused, or they actually, I mean, they've damn near convicted them.
Convicted, I just say accused until they are convicted.
They're pretty much convicted.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking that. We're going to say goodbye to one of our co-hosts. Yeah, you don't know what we're talking about. We have an unofficial third co-host that we're going to say goodbye to.
Thank God, I thought you meant me.
Oh.
I was like, what?
Can't get rid of you even if I would try. So we'll be here talking football, live streaming the football game, talking Matt Lauer, Thanksgiving, the loss of a coworker, and everything else that comes our way. So let's, what do you want to kick it off with? What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's start with our weekend. That's, something that happened just recently.
Okay, Thanksgiving. Did you get the full weekend off?
I did, yeah. I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
See, I didn't get that. I worked in car sales, so I only got Thursday. And you know when my normal day off is?
Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. So I just got a regular day off.
Aw.
And he can't catch the damn ball. Good job. That's my DraftKings quarterback and my DraftKings wide receiver. Good job.
Might want to change that.
Well, it's too late now. It already started. So, what did you do on Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving spectacular?
It was pretty good. Let's see. So Thursday I had Thanksgiving with my family.
Okay.
Friday I had Thanksgiving with my boyfriend's family. So I ate 2 Thanksgiving dinners in 2 days, and I don't know how I did it. I ate so much food.
I can beat that.
You can beat that. Tell me.
I had Thanksgiving lunch at my mom's on Thursday at about 1 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, I was having Thanksgiving dinner at my house for dinner. And I kicked everybody out about 11:30, and I had to go to sleep to get up to go to work. So, yeah, power eating, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah.
So we had a boatload of leftovers because obviously we held the second one at our house. And I was taking out trash today, and I was like, nope, trash. Like everything went in the trash. We didn't touch a leftover. We had a shitload of leftovers, and I didn't touch it. I was so sick of. I think with 2 Thanksgivings, you're sick of it, and you don't want another one. You don't want to eat it again.
That's actually, not to become political, but that is like a big issue in our country is all the food waste we produce. It's
like all the poop?
insane. No.
That's food waste, isn't it? Like me going to poop?
Let me rephrase. All the excess food that we have that we just throw away and we don't eat or don't recycle or utilize in some way or form.
I mean, I did throw the turkey out to there's like a field next to my house. I threw that out for the stray animals.
In a way, I guess you're helping. That works.
I mean, it's better than them digging through the trash and getting it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to do is they're going to ravage my trash can.
Yeah, those raccoons can get in anywhere, man.
So I kind of gave back to it was like the circle of life. Like like Mufasa said.
That's how you contribute to the circle of life.
The raccoons eat the old turkey, and the old turkey turns into dust.
You give the raccoons your scraps, and then therefore that makes you
and then
Mufasa.
And then the lion eats the raccoon.
What lion is out there in the middle of East Texas?
The coyote, whatever we got out here. The homeless guy eats the raccoon, and the homeless guy dies, and he turns into dust. And then he grows in the grass, and then
the grass gets eaten by a cow.
The turkey eats the cow. The turkey eats the grass, and circle of life.
There you go.
You just don't know. You don't know. Disney movies used to teach you a lesson. Not anymore. So I did that. I worked. I went and saw lights, like those drive-through Christmas light things. Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. We went and did one of those on Wednesday night, and that was cool. You ever done one of those?
Actually, I don't know.
You know where you drive through and it's like 5 million lights and you're just driving around?
Like on streets? Like looking at houses?
No, it's like an area that it's almost like a park. You pay to drive in and you drive all around and you just see lights galore.
No, I've never done that.
You've never done that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's this one east of Dallas that we went to. And first of all, you know those wooden cutouts that are painted? This place had every cartoon character you could think of. They had thousands of these cutouts that were painted of all these different Christmas characters and cartoon versions of Christmas characters.
Oh my God, stop him.
Yeah, I know, it's painful to watch the defense. So first of all, we did that. There's one part in the trail where it's like a roller coaster ride. It goes down like, I don't know my degrees. We'll call it like a 65-degree angle. Pretty steep. Well, a 90 is this, right? A 90 is like straight down. So we're calling like a 65 like that.
This would be 90.
90. So then
so
if you go
it'd be
back,
100.
I don't know, whatever it was.
This is 180. 180 is flat. So are you going down?
Yeah, we were going down.
Okay, so that's more than 180 degrees. That'd be like 200 or more.
And then it goes up.
And then you'd go
so
up.
It's like
so it'd
you
be
go,
less than
you
180
go down,
degrees.
then you go up.
Okay.
Then it's like 60. So it's like like 225 degrees, and then it's 60 degrees.
Oh my God, let's take geometry.
I don't know. So anyways, it was really, really steep. And there's a warning on the sign, like on the trail, that says, please wait for the other car to reach the bottom of the hill before you descend. I shit you not. I let go of the brake and I just rolled, and I hit about 40.
Dude.
Just rolling down this thing. And I had enough, what's the word? Propulsion? Not propulsion. Gravity? Velocity. I had enough velocity in me to start halfway going back up without putting any gas on, putting my foot on the gas.
Huh.
It was pretty badass.
They gotta be careful, man.
It's pretty gnarly.
Was that sign like clearly visible? Like,
it's
do not
visible.
go?
Yeah, it's pretty visible.
Okay. They should have like a lifeguard there. You know, when you go on the water slide and the lifeguard waits till the person gets to the end of the slide and then they let you go.
That really is kind of what they needed.
Yeah.
They just had a big sign, a big neon sign. That told you to wait. But yeah, you do that, and then you go through the other part of the park, and then you pay halfway through the ride. You don't even pay beforehand, and you have to pay cash. And then after that, you go through it, and then you go back down the same stupid dip. But my question is, if you don't have cash, and you don't know that until they have signs everywhere, but what if you get all the way through, and then you have to pay the guy?
What do they say? You got to turn around, or do you just have to keep
no.
going?
And they don't have like you would think they'd have a separate line for that guy. It's like, no, sir, go over here. Get out of the way.
Huh.
They had a live Grinch. They had a guy dressed up like the Grinch that was hanging out in a house. It was pretty cool.
Huh.
I'm not very Christmassy, but that was pretty cool.
Well, if I end up doing something like that, maybe I'll just like live stream it as I'm doing it, and you guys can hear my reaction.
That'd be pretty cool. You should do that.
I'll do it.
So I went gambling.
Oh, sweet.
I went gambling on Friday night after work. Oh, it's a Star Wars trailer. Awesome. We should do this more often.
Watch TV on the show?
Yeah, watch TV on the show. It's like, dude, that's a whole... We can't even have that conversation yet. Star Wars isn't ready for another 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went gambling Friday night after work. And I was on a slot machine until 3:30 in the morning, Saturday morning. I went to bed at 4:30. I woke up at 7. I was out the door at 7:30, and I was at work at 9.
How? did you get up?
Probably some pharmaceutical drugs.
I work in that industry.
Probably something like that. Probably a Red Bull. I don't know. I don't quite remember. It's all a blur. And he dropped that one too.
Did you even sell any cars that morning?
Yeah, actually, I sold 3 cars on Saturday.
Huh.
Yeah. I was so tired. Whatever.
What is?
So what else did you do?
So Saturday, I decided to go shopping with my best friend. And I was super excited. So we hadn't hung out in a while. I was like, I love shopping. I love hanging out with her. It's going to be great, right? You think it'd be great? You listening?
I'm listening. You think it would be great.
You think it would be great.
This is where the story gets real interesting.
So we decide, okay, we'll go to the Allen outlets. You know, outlet mall, cheaper prices.
Allen, Texas, right?
Yes, in Allen, Texas. Cheaper prices, more stores. We can get it all done.
Right.
Great. So I meet her at her place at 11 in the morning.
Okay.
And we head straight over there. I'm like, okay, we'll get there in the morning. It shouldn't be too busy yet. And okay, remember, this is the day after Black Friday. So Black Friday is over.
It's Blacker Saturday?
It's like gray Saturday. I don't know what you call it. So I get to the Allen outlets. And
Really? He got sacked on the 2.
All right, what was I saying? You distracted me.
Sorry.
We get to the Allen outlets.
Okay.
And I pull in. If you guys have ever been to the Allen outlets, they have like a million parking spots, and I'm not even kidding. They built a parking lot outside of the shopping center because so many people shop there.
Really?
Yes, you pass it. You see it when you're going up the highway. So I get there. I'm like, okay, it shouldn't be too bad. We pull in.
Mm-hmm.
Sergio, it is so busy. Every parking spot was taken. I'm not even kidding.
So
every single one.
Where do you go?
So I'm driving down one of the
across the highway?
aisles. No, here's what happened. I'm
Okay.
driving down one of the aisles and I stop because the car in front of me stopped. Okay, whatever. The car to my left is in a parking spot. Someone gets in it, backs up, and starts to leave. And my best friend pointed out, she's like, oh, he's leaving, get a spot.
Get it. Do it.
She's like, put your blinker on. So I put my blinker on.
It's
That's
like a
the
whole
universal symbol. When you put your blinker on in front of a parking spot, then you
Dibs.
get that spot.
I'm calling dibs.
Dibs. Call dibs, okay? So I called dibs on the spot, and I'm waiting. This guy's taking his sweet-ass time pulling out of the spot, whatever.
Okay.
He backs up, pulls out. That's what she said. Drives off. I'm like, cool, I'm going to get this spot. And I have to turn left into this parking spot, okay?
Are you good at that? Some people aren't
Parking?
Some people aren't good at going left, or like for me, I can go left, but when I turn right into a parking spot, it seems like it takes me longer.
Oh. No, I'm fine. It was fine. I could get into it easily.
Maybe it's because I got a big truck. I don't know.
No, I drive a smaller car.
Okay.
But so I start turning into this spot. Well, excuse me. I coughed myself to death. No.
I see that.
I see a minivan
Okay.
coming up the aisle, and they are like a parallel with the spot. So if they had wanted it, all they had to do is drive forward and park into the spot.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, my blinker's on. I called dibs. I'm getting the
It's
spot.
my spot. It's my damn spot.
I've been sitting here for 10 minutes. There's nothing else. I'm getting the spot.
Okay.
This minivan was like, nah, bro. I'm not going to respect your dibs. And starts pulling forward like they're going to take it.
Did you take it?
I took it. I went skirt, and oh my gosh, I took that spot, and I parked, and this minivan almost hit me. I swear to God, this minivan was this close to hitting me, and my best friend was in the passenger side. She's the one who would have gotten hit. But I park, and I turn off the car, and I took a breath, and like I felt like I had a heart attack because I thought I was going to kill my best friend over a parking spot.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily her fault. She wasn't driving. You were.
Yeah, but I didn't want her to get hurt or hit by a minivan.
I mean, I don't know. People are weird. Did you find any good deals? Was it worth the torture?
You know, it was so busy, and honestly, the deals weren't any better than, sales they have at other times of the year. They really weren't.
So it was just like another Tuesday at the mall.
I was really disappointed because, yeah, it was another shopping day at the mall. I did get the one thing I did need to get there, I got, which is good.
What'd you get?
I can't say. Let's say I got a Christmas present for a family member.
Oh, okay. We can't.
So I can't say it because if they watch, so ruined the surprise.
They probably don't watch. So
They used to watch. I don't know if they still are.
they probably don't watch anymore. They're like, screw this.
They're like, oh, you're still doing that show? Oh,
Oh,
cool.
they haven't fired that guy yet?
What?
Oh, look at that. The defense did something. Look at that.
They defended?
Yeah, look
Look
at
at
that.
that.
Good job. So,
Hey, what was going on with Ezekiel Elliott? Like, what's going on with all that?
he is serving his suspension. This is I think this is game 3. It might be game 4 of his suspension. I believe he'll be back in 2 more games. Yeah, I think this is game 4. So he'll be back in 2 more games.
How much longer is football season?
Like 2 more weeks after that. I think.
So he gets to play 2 more games, basically.
Yeah, he'll play like 2 more. He'll play the last 2 games, I believe.
How many millions and millions of dollars is he losing right now?
Probably more than I will make in my lifetime, and probably what you're going to make in yours too. Because he doesn't get paid for those games.
Yeah,
When
I
you're
know.
suspended, you don't get paid for
Yeah.
it. I don't know what happens to those. Like, do they put it aside?
The money he didn't
Yeah,
make?
like do you just
He doesn't get it.
you don't get it, period?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
What?
Come on.
Oh my god.
Lord. That's not what I want to read. So, all right. Well, we'll come back. We're rattled right now. We'll come back. We'll talk. Let's talk Matt Lauer.
Sure.
What's the word? Not controversy, 'cause it's not controversial. What's the word?
Scandal.
Scandalous. We'll talk scandals coming up. Okay, so during our brief break here, we were talking about my Guinness Blonde that I'm drinking. It's described as rich, biscuity flavor with citrus notes and a crisp finish. And then you said biscuity beer is a thing?
Yeah, it's a flavor of beer. You know,
How do you get biscuity flavored beer?
I'm not saying it tastes like a liquid biscuit. It's just
How do you
beer
know
is
it's
liquid
biscuity?
bread, so I mean,
How do you know it's biscuity flavored? It doesn't taste like a biscuit when it's like when you mix it all up. It doesn't taste like a biscuit then. It doesn't taste like a biscuit till you cook it.
just
So you
I
bake
guess maybe a nice.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Maybe it's
That
just
was
like
the biscuit.
it's
smell
it's a lighter beer, I guess you would say. You know, biscuits. Are,
Oh, interception!
go go go, go go.
Look
Not
at
bad.
that. Nice. They don't ever get one of those.
Can you turn that a little bit more towards me?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I thought you weren't a football fan.
I mean, it's not my favorite sport, but I'll watch it.
What's your favorite sport?
Hockey.
Oh, that's right.
The Stars are playing the Blackhawks.
We're not worried about that. We're worried about the
Well,
Cowboys.
I'm worried about it.
In Dallas, we worry about the Cowboys.
In Dallas, we were about the Dallas Stars.
That's fine. That's fine.
Shout out Dallas Stars, love you.
So, okay. So biscuity flavor.
It's a lighter bread flavoring. You know, biscuits are light and fluffy. You know, it's not as heavy. I think that's. Maybe
not-
I should Google it. Should I Google it?
It's not as heavy and it makes you feel good.
I mean, do biscuits make people happy?
I mean, biscuits are so airy and they're like fluffy, and some people kind of like, you know. Is that a good segue to Matt Lauer? I think that's a pretty good segue, isn't it? Speaking of grabbing something biscuity and flavorful, whoa, what was that? Was that a good or a bad
Like a.
Senior Matt Lauer was terminated Wednesday from the Today Show.
I thought it was yesterday.
Yesterday was Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
So he was terminated from the Today Show for things that are detrimental to society and human beings. Something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been, I say accused, he says convicted of sexual harassment, which I said accused because he hasn't been fully convicted yet, but it's happening.
He gave an intern a dildo?
What?
Or a vibrator or something. They said he gave an intern something like that. And Katie Couric used to make jokes about him grabbing her ass. And I don't know, apparently he's known for being kind of skeezy.
Well, if you go on our Twitter, I retweeted this video I found, and it's titled Matt Lauer's Creepiest Moments. How did we not see this coming?
And that was just from this year.
And that was only like 3 or 4
that was the last 3 weeks ago.
Like...
That's what they were talking about because he's been doing the, well, you know, he's had to do the, well, he's leading the Today Show, so he was talking about like the Harvey Weinstein thing and the Brett Ratner thing, all these other people.
He interviewed Bill Riley.
And they're like, he's having to talk about all this, but they said like he knew in the background that this was going to happen. Something like this was going to happen. You know, and everybody kind of knew like, okay, Matt Lauer's having to talk about all this, but when's the shoe going to drop for him? And, I was listening to Howard Stern, I think Monday, and he was interviewing somebody, and they were talking about all the scandals. And Howard Stern said maybe they should have, you know how they have the death game where everybody picks who they think's going to die next?
Oh, like when a celebrity dies?
Yeah.
Because they die in threes? Yeah.
Well, but you know, like people like, oh, I bet so-and-so's going to die next.
Okay.
They said they should have like a pool for that, a death pool. They said they should have like a scandal pool of who else is going to get fired or exposed for this.
Oh, gosh.
And they were talking about that, like, I think literally the day before this came out. So it's kind of funny. And apparently this is still the tip of the iceberg. There's still more people.
I think there's more than we can count. I mean...
Just in Hollywood.
Have we seen any, like, political people that this has happened to yet? Besides...
Donald Trump.
Well, besides the obvious.
Al Franken.
Okay.
The senator from Minnesota, former SNL cast member and writer. You don't remember? You didn't see that like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Mm-mm.
He did he actually held a press conference on Monday or Tuesday. He owned it. He owned all of it. He was very apologetic.
He has to be now.
I know, but most politicians are like, oh, we're going to investigate it. We're going to see what the truth is. He was very like straightforward. I own it. My job now is to try to regain the American people's trust. He may be full of shit, he may not be, but that's a good way to do it.
I mean, that's the right way to do it.
Or you could be that idiot in Alabama. What is that dude in Alabama's name? Roy Moore. That guy in Alabama that like assaulted all these women back in the 70s and 80s, and he's just still in denial. You've been under a rock for the last month.
I guess so.
He's running for a seat in the Senate, I believe, out of Alabama. And like, oh, he fumbled the ball. God. Did they get it back?
Get it.
Who got it back? By the way, we just punted the ball, so we didn't do anything with the first turnover. Now we got to like halt the whole show.
Pause, guys. It's important.
This is important. Who got the ball? Ooh, Cowboys got the ball.
Yes.
So you had 2 turnovers now.
Yep.
You didn't do anything with the first one. So let's see if you do something now. He looks very confused.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, Roy Moore, apparently he was a judge in Alabama, and he used to like troll the malls. When he was a judge, he would like go through the malls, and like all the girls that worked in the mall, like that knew of him, would warn each other, hey, he's coming, hey, he's around, and they would get away. And one of the girls said that she met him, whatever store she worked at, she met him. He introduced himself, tried to ask her out on a date. He was in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, and she was like 17. And then she got called out of class one day. She went to the principal's office, and she had a phone call, and it was him. Yes.
He called her at her school.
Yes. It's like, hey, this is Judge Moore, or whatever he was back then. I think he was an attorney first, then he was a judge. And he's like, hey, you know, I saw you the other day. You want to go out? Who the fuck does that?
Who asks a girl out at her high school if they are also not in high school? Like,
who calls the principal's office? Hey, can you get Sally out
wait,
of
well,
geometry?
what year was this? You said this is the 70s?
70s or 80s,
Okay,
yeah.
they didn't have cell phones.
But still, why would you do that? That's weird.
He didn't want to call her house? I don't know.
Yeah, because he's afraid her dad would shoot her.
Exactly.
Shoot him. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on with him, and he's still denying it. So, and the Republicans, a lot of them have kind of strayed away from him, but President Trump still hasn't completely denounced him. He's not really supporting him, but he hasn't yet to say, hey, I need you to drop out of this race, because they don't want a Democrat to take the seat.
Sure.
But it's just all this scandal. Russell Simmons from Def Jam, he resigned from some of his roles at Def Jam today.
I think I read that.
Because he's had, he had all these allegations. Brett Ratner, the producer, director, whatever the hell he is, he, same thing. So it's just, there's a lot of it going on, man. There's a lot of scandalous shit going on.
It's so much more common than we think.
Yeah, the internet's kind of made it that way. I mean, it's a lot more accessible to get this information out there.
Yeah. Tell people what happened.
And I'm in no way saying it's right at all. I'm not, I'm not
Yeah.
condoning it. I just think it's hilarious that like every 4 minutes we hear something.
Right?
Like tomorrow we'll be talking about somebody else that got.
Should we put our own, little tickets into the death pool about who we think will be next?
But it's not a death pool. Did they just punt the ball again? Really? So you've had 2 turnovers, and you've punted the ball twice. Good job. Back-to-back turnovers, can't do shit with them. Good job.
I don't like those uniforms.
The double star, or the Redskin.
Like ours, the Cowboys.
Yeah, the double star on the shoulders. So who do you think's next?
I don't know a specific name, but I'm gonna guess a category.
Like actor,
Like
director?
like actor, politician, something
Okay.
like that. I think one that might come up soon will be a big Olympic athlete. So the Olympics are coming up. I can see that. Or
Does it count if that Olympic athlete has changed into a woman? Does she count? Or is that her past life? Have you seen, there's a restaurant in Dallas, Doty's in Dallas. It's like a Cajun seafood restaurant. They have, on each bathroom, for the men's bathroom, they have a poster of Bruce Jenner. And for the women's bathroom, they have a picture of Caitlyn Jenner. It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either a major Olympic athlete or a coach, which I already think there was a coach for Team USA that had
a gymnastics coach, trainer, whatever.
But since these are the Winter Olympics, different coaches, we'll see. I'm calling it.
You know the one that I haven't heard yet, which is, I guess it's kind of funny. I haven't heard a musician, because pretty much everybody knows that when you go backstage with a musician, you know what time it is. You're a groupie. I've never heard of any musician have that problem. They're like, well, we're allowed. They know.
Well,
Like,
I've heard, music producers gotten.
oh yeah, the Dr. Luke guy.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like musicians. Like some girls aren't gonna say, oh well, Mick Jagger grabbed my ass backstage in '72. Duh, he grabbed everybody's ass backstage in '72.
You should be honored.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it is with the musicians. It's like, yeah, those women are like, oh, I had sex with 42 musicians from '84 to '92. So I don't think it's gonna be a musician. I'm gonna take musicians off the list. I'm not gonna go Olympic athlete. I'm gonna go famous actor.
Okay.
Like A-lister.
A-list.
A-list.
Actor. Are we talking TV actor or movie actor?
No, we're talking like one of the biggest actors in the world. We're talking like Clooney or DiCaprio or Ben Affleck. Like we're talking somebody big, like the cream of the crop. Like Oscar caliber guys.
All right.
That's what I'm predicting. And somebody else said on the news, somebody else predicts there's going to be a woman, like a woman of power that will be accused.
Oh, yeah.
Whether she's a politician or an actress or whatever, they said there's going to be a woman of power. So, that's our guess.
These are our guesses?
Scandal list. You're guessing. What are you guessing? Olympic
athlete or coach.
Olympic athlete or coach. I'm guessing A-list actor. Can I extend it to actress?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna say A-list actor.
Same category.
Actor or actress. Yeah, because aren't they the same? Aren't they called actors in general?
Well, I'll apply that to mine too, because there are men and women Olympic athletes and men and women coaches. So.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's what we're gonna go with. So that's a sexual harassment talk for today. Mm-hmm. We'll have another segment next week, I'm sure.
Oh,
Celebrity scandal.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we will.
We may have one before the show's over, where something will pop up on the Twitter feed. So, listen to some music. I'm gonna get a beer. And what happened? Did they get a safety? Did they get a safety? He gained 3/4 of a yard, but did he get a safety? Oh no!
I don't think so.
No, he made it. We'll be back. You've been to Brain Dead? What? Okay, so you see me drink a nasty vanilla porter beer, and now you want to badmouth Brain Dead Brewery?
Not the brewery, just one of the beers that was there.
What was the beer?
I can't remember the name of it because all their beers had crazy, weird names.
It's a cool place, though.
It's a very cool place. I tweeted a picture of myself there. I had a great beer. I loved it. A cool vibe. The food was amazing. Check it out. Shout out to Brain Dead.
Have you ever had the chicharrones there?
No.
They're awesome. They're like, we met the chef, one of the first.
What's a chicharrone?
A chicharrone is basically like.
I love how you say that with like an accent because you're Hispanic and you can say it like that.
I mean, white people can say it too. You just gotta have the accent.
I don't have the accent.
It's basically like fried fat. Damn near. It's really like fried skin or fried fat, like pork fat.
Like a pork rind?
Yes, it's just like a pork rind.
Oh, okay.
Except like when it's a pork rind that's like old, it gets hard, but when it's fresh, it's like real crisp. Kind of like fried chicken. It's real crispy and it's fresh, it's kind of moist. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what he puts on them, like what he seasons them with, but they're awesome. That and their popcorn. They have really good popcorn for some reason there.
Huh. Well, I'd love to go back. I love Deep Ellum, so I'll definitely be going back at some point. It was awesome. Anyway.
So what was the beer?
So I was there with my boyfriend and our two good friends who are in town. And my good friend got a beer, and this was a sour beer. And I didn't get one because I don't like sour beer. But I know.
What do you mean by sour beer? Isn't all beer kind of sour?
No, there's specifically sour beers.
Like lemon?
They're like, they have fruity undertones. So I think this one was like apricot.
Ooh,
which
that didn't sound good at all.
On paper sounded really, really nice. Maybe not to you, but to a girl, like that sounded nice. You know, apricot undertone, stuff like that.
Apricot doesn't. The apricot's kind of like a peach, right?
Kind of smaller.
Same family?
Yeah.
Or is it the nectarine I'm thinking of?
It's in between, nectarine and a peach.
But
Anyway,
it's not sweet.
You're distracting me. No.
Okay.
So he gets this beer, and he drinks it, puts it down, and has like the worst look on his face. And granted, he's a guy and he loves beer. He's not picky. And he's like, this beer tastes like vomit. And so my boyfriend tastes the beer and makes an even worse face after he tastes it. And he says, yes, that tastes exactly like vomit. And I was like, no way. There's no way this beer tastes like vomit.
Go ahead.
It can taste bad.
I'll comment on vomit after this.
It can taste bad. I get it. So I tried the beer. First of all, I smelled the beer, and it smelled like vomit. So I made the mistake of tasting the beer, and it was the most disgusting thing. It felt like I threw up in my mouth and then swallowed it. That's exactly what it tasted like.
Oh.
It was so bad. And I told him, I was like, this beer is disgusting. Send it back and get something
The
you
beer's
like.
gone bad?
Send it back. And he refused to send it back. He's like, no, I'm going to drink it.
You gotta drink it. You can't send it back.
You can send it back if you don't like it.
can't.
Now, if you drink most of it, no, but we hadn't drank
There you
most
go.
of it.
Look at that run.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so did he finish it?
Yeah, he finished it. I think he had to hold his breath the whole time, but he drank it.
I've never had a beer like that. I've had some shitty beers, but I've never had any that I just couldn't drink it. Like this one here, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not like, oh, fuck this, I'm putting it up. No, I'll drink it. I'm just, I might kind of detest it a little.
No, this one you would not want. This was disgusting.
Really?
It was so bad.
I wonder
it was
what
so
the vomit. Was it bad, or was it like did somebody just throw open a pitcher and they just poured
That's
it?
what it tasted like.
Somebody playing a trick on you?
Not to sound gross, but when you throw up, it's stomach acid, right? It has that acid undertones.
Mhm.
That's what this beer smelled and tasted like.
Ew,
Like stomach
bile?
acid, bile, yes.
That's gross.
It was awful. It was completely awful.
It's kind of disturbing.
I mean, snaps to him for drinking the whole thing, but I was like, just because you take a beer back,
Is that my snap? I can't. There we go.
snaps to him, good job.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Do the neck.
But just because you send a beer back doesn't make you any less of a man or
Somebody's
anything.
gonna spit in it. You know what? That's the thing too. Is that like at microbreweries and all that? Isn't that what called microbreweries? They give it to you in a pint, and it's kind of like sending food back. Like if you're at a restaurant, you're not supposed to send food back because you know somebody's gonna spit in it. Somebody's gonna spit in that beer. But if you get it out of a bottle, like you really know that they probably can't spit in it. They can't really fuck with it. It's just beer. I like how, again, what is this damn girl's name? Savannah Grace.
Is this like that teenager?
Yes, every time she comes on, we talk about something that's not appropriate for a teenager. So, there you go. Savannah Grace, check it out.
Ah, there's two. Ooh, don't smell your microphone. Dude, that's so gross. Ew. I'm not using that microphone.
That
Ew.
one smells. That's a good song. I'm sure I probably broke some copyright infringement there. Okay, so nasty beer.
It was bad.
Did you have so you had good beer there?
I had great beer there.
Okay, but that one wasn't, the vomit beer wasn't a good
No.
one?
No.
Okay, vomit beer wasn't great.
Mm-mm.
You don't know what it was called, so you can't tell me which one to not drink because you don't know what it's called?
It is at the bottom of the menu. That's all I remember. It was apricot based. It's a sour beer. Can't remember the name of it.
What if, can it go bad? Can ingredients in a craft beer, like, let's say you put milk in it, can it spoil?
Yeah.
Can the vegetables, can the fruit?
Well, there's
like-
bacteria in dairy.
I know, but can the fruit, for example, if it's fruit based, can it spoil just like it would if you left it
It
out?
will get, over
ferment.
ferments and, yeah.
So maybe that's what happened to it. Maybe it was a bad batch.
It's not wine. It's not the longer. It's the better it tastes. You only ferment it for so long.
In my opinion, some wine tastes like shit no matter what. I don't care how long it sits.
Wine is wine. I'll drink it.
No, that's not true. Wine is not wine. To me, wine smells like... Wine tastes like vinegar smells.
I love wine.
In my opinion.
I love wine. I should bring some wine here. I'll be classy one night.
We're going to have a wine tasting up here. Bring me a shot. Bring me a shot glass, and we'll pour wine in it.
Yeah. I'll make you. We can do like a taste testing, and I'll let you know what the wine is, what it goes good with. We'll have some appetizers, and people can watch us drink it.
We'll put it in a pint at least, so I feel like a man.
How about a wine glass?
How about a pint?
How about a wine glass?
Why do I have to have a wine glass? And why do you have to
we're classy.
And why do you have to have a pint for a beer? Why can't you? Who designated that glass for beer? Who designated a wine glass for wine?
I don't know. I drink it straight from the bottle.
These are things that need to. You drink it straight out of the box. Don't even start talking like you drink it out of the box.
Yeah, I drink it out of the box. Yeah, I slept the bag before.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Some weird game.
I went to a football game once, and I saw this group of people. We were tailgating, and everyone was drinking. This group of people sat in a circle and played slap the bag, but they didn't do it with a bag of wine. You know what they did it with?
What?
A bag of Fireball. They were slapping the bag with Fireball whiskey.
So they just poured like a Ziploc bag full of Fireball? Like they just poured it in
No, like you can buy boxes of Fireball, and it
Really?
comes in a bag with like the spout.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sell those. So they bought one.
That must be something only available in college town.
Took the bag out of the box, and they played slap the bag with Fireball whiskey, which is disgusting. I mean, it's not as bad as that vomit beer I drank, but I've had shots of whiskey, and it's just rough.
The bottom of the shelf whiskey versus vomit beer.
Ugh.
That's gross. So something's gonna happen here. This is like their fifth possession. Come on.
Oh God.
I don't know. Minimal gain. That's the story of our life this year. So sad. Well, I'm gonna go take a pee break and we'll be back. Okay, so we're still doing this little live stream here of the Cowboy game. 2nd and 11, incomplete pass. Nah, that was incomplete. There's a flag. Yeah, we should try our sports commentating chops out.
We should. I took a class on that. I took a sports broadcasting class.
You did?
College. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
It was fun. I had a great time.
Did you get to go to a game and broadcast, or were you just like watching a video?
No, I got to help with the live broadcast of our basketball games. I helped with a live broadcast of a football game.
Oh, that's cool.
Met some really cool people. I met Ralph Stranges. He came and talked to our class.
Who's that?
He was the broadcast reporter for the Dallas Stars for a really long time, since the 90s when they became the Dallas Stars.
I like how you said for a really long time in the 90s. It's not a really long time in the 90s. 1st and 10, Cowboys have the ball. Dak Prescott in the I formation. And it's a run up the middle by
he gets
Morris.
farther than I thought.
And he's gained 4 yards. I'm better than what's this guy's name? And then Chris Collinsworth sounds like a tool. This guy here sounds like a tool. Like, and the Cowboys are just horrendous today.
He almost made it.
He sounds so pompous. Apparently that's a part of being a network anchor, is you have to sound kind of like a big. There you go. 2nd and
Let's go.
4? 2nd and 4. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh! Get my touchdown. Get my touchdown. Make sure there's no flag. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Nice.
6-0 with 6:09 in the second. I can't read. I could not commentate. This is hard.
See, I have to concentrate, and so I'm concentrating so hard on the game that I can't talk.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's
going on? Like,
yeah, you're trying
you're gonna
decide.
get it. I can't.
That's pretty amazing that they can do that. I'm giving them credit now. Shout out to the NBC crew here. So, okay, we're gonna say goodbye to one of our crew members tonight. One of our team members that has been here since the beginning of this version of our show. I started on November 1st with a clean face. I have gone 30 days without putting a razor blade to any part of my face. Period. I went straight up no shave November, and I've never done this one. I've done it, but I've always like trimmed it. And
So you have not touched your face with a razor for 30 full days.
yes, I shaved it for work on the morning of the 1st, and I haven't looked back. At Thanksgiving, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should shave it to look presentable for Thanksgiving. But I was like, no, I'll just do it. And I just kept growing it. And today, when I went and saw the doctor, it was a new doctor. There was a part of me that wanted to shave just so I have like a good impression. Feel like a homeless man. But I was like, no, screw that. I'm just gonna dress nicer, and he's gonna have to deal with the beard. So I did that. And then today, when I was at lunch with my girl, she said, and you're going to shave that beard tomorrow? I was like, yeah. Because that beard better not be in my house tomorrow. Okay. Yes, ma'am. So, I think I need to take some pictures and maybe do some videos of me shaving it tomorrow, because it's probably going to look like I killed a Wookiee.
You should do like half your face so we can see the before and the after and see how different you look. And you could face this way, and then you should face this way.
Like Two-Face from Batman. I was thinking I should maybe go down to the Hitler, like a really thick Hitler, and then maybe go to Starbucks and just order like a white latte. Let me get a white Supreme.
Can I get a white mocha?
Can I get a white Supreme? Can I get a white supremacist? I mean, a white Supreme latte. Extra white. Extra creamy.
Oh my God.
I thought about it. I might do that. I don't know.
If you do that and post that to our social media, we are going to get some very negative comments. People are not going to like that.
I'm pretty sure I got a negative comment just for saying that. Can I get a white Supreme, extra rich?
You know, my boyfriend didn't shave this month either.
Did he go like full blown no shave? Did he trim it?
I don't know. He didn't trim it. He just haven't shaved.
Because you know the purpose of No Shave November, right?
The purpose.
Like it's to bring awareness to. It started off as awareness for prostate cancer.
Oh.
Like you're supposed to take the money that you would save from not shaving, like the same money you would spend shaving, and donate that. And it's like, I believe it started by a group of guys that wanted to do it to honor like a relative that passed away. And then it's just kind of exploded from there. But technically, you're supposed to be able to actually shave it. Like, you're supposed to start off with like week 1 unshaven, and then like week 2 you can start trimming the neck and the, like, you know, all this stuff, and like you can keep it clean. You're supposed to keep a beard. But then you got people like me that just go straight renegade and we just grow it.
Oh yeah, that's what my boyfriend did. He just grew it out.
So,
Which he's not like bad. I mean, he has obviously he has less than you have on your face, so it didn't
this
bother
is the
me.
longest I've ever had it. This is the longest I've ever gone without shaving. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of scratchy. I've noticed that when I eat stuff, I smell it later. I can't imagine, like, people that have like the Grizzly Adams beard, like the real thick beards. I can't quite imagine that because I forgot what I had the other day. I probably still could taste it now if I think about it. I can. No, like I had something the other. I think I had a hamburger, and like later that day I could still smell the hamburger.
Ew.
Like it was just like lingering.
Ow.
So I'm glad I didn't have like a milkshake or something that can spoil. If I'd had the vomit beer, I'd still be smelling that.
Well, I know guys that do keep the very, the longer beards, but they keep it trimmed. They gotta shampoo those, and they have to condition that.
See, I brushed mine. I don't want to sound racist, but I had a black person brush.
Very coarse, like thick bristles.
Yeah, it's a black people brush. I bought it in the black people section. And that's actually what I use on my hair on my head. It's two-sided.
Really?
Like one side is more like soft bristle, and the other side is more coarse. And yeah, that's what I actually use on my hair when I had it short. So then I was like, oh, maybe I'll make my beard look cooler. And I was like brushing it, and yeah. I just use facial cleanser this month. But I'm surprised to see I'm gonna be surprised to see what happens when I shave it. Because am I gonna have like a big white patch all around here?
Yeah, what's it gonna look like? What's hiding in there?
I don't know. Ugliness. I get to see the real me again.
All the wrinkles.
The wrinkles, yeah.
All the age spots.
Y'all haven't seen me. Like the people on this show that are watching this show now, like, what happened to that guy? Put the beard back on.
Where'd Sergio go?
Can we put a mask on him and say, can December be like mask December? Cover up his face. Gag me January. So we don't have to hear his ass. So,
it's not the same.
do women have like no shave November?
No, we shave.
Like there's not like some underground like connection where y'all like, all right, we're not going to shave our underarms for the next 30 days or.
I shave. I mean, there's those weird girls out there that don't, but they don't need like a special month or holiday to not do it. They just don't do it.
Every day.
They don't shave. They don't wear a bra. They don't wash their hair. They don't wash
their hair. That thing is like a cesspool of junk.
Okay.
Hair is like women's hair is like a mop.
I will admit, I do not wash my hair every day.
You're not supposed to, though, right?
You're not supposed to, because when you wash your hair, you strip the oil from it, and your scalp just gets oilier because it thinks it's going to lose that oil every day. So the less you wash it, your head won't be as oily.
I don't wash it every day. With time, I've learned to not wash it every day.
Yeah.
It's hard because most guys wash it every day. But yeah, somebody told me that. Like, yeah, you're not supposed to wash it every day. So
I'll wash my hair every probably 2 to 3 days, but I have dry shampoo, so I'll put some dry shampoo in it. I'll put it up if it looks really bad. Whatever.
You didn't put it up today.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Oh, just come out and say it, Sergio.
That's why it looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You should have had no shave November.
Yeah, no one wants to see that. That's gross. And I've seen girls that have that, like, especially in college. College was a big time I saw this. They wouldn't shave their legs. And I'm Sergio. Their leg hair was so long. Like, I didn't understand. I was like, how long have you been growing that out? Like, your whole life? Like, why is it that long?
You got some hot girl that, don't they have communal showers in the?
Yeah.
So you're in the communal shower, and let's say I see a hot girl go into the bathroom, and she's wearing, like, let's say yoga pants. I'm like, man, that girl's banging. And then on the other side of the door, because you're like, oh, I wonder what she looks like naked. Then on the other side of the door, she comes in, she peels off her pants, and she puts her leg up on the table, and it's like, bam!
Like hairier than your leg.
It's like, bam! Which is like,
oh god, like she's like a werewolf. Like I saw that. There's this girl, I can't remember her name, but she's in I think one of my classes. She had red hair, and she didn't shave, so it was like long red underarm hair, long red leg hair.
She looked like Lion-O from.
She looked like or like a troll or something, you know. And I think the only thing she cut was her hair, because her hair was always short the whole semester I went to school with her. It was.
So like the other parts weren't cut?
I mean, all I could see was her leg and her underarm. I assume the rest wasn't cut either.
That'd be weird if that was cut and the rest of it was long. I don't know what a man might touch.
It's like,
me
can you like reevaluate like what's important to you?
If she trimmed that area and said, well, a guy might touch me there. Well, you know what? When a guy starts reaching up your skirt and he feels that rug, he's not going to worry about going farther more.
Not pretty.
You're like hoping, oh, it'll get better. You're like, and then once you get to like the thigh, you're like, it's just too much foliage, man. Foliage, man.
Maybe she is just cold all the time. She is so.
Wear a sweater. Wear leggings.
And that's the other thing too. The clothes she wore, I felt like she looked homeless. Like based on the clothes she wore, like she'd wear cut-up T-shirts and.
She was a hipster.
And holy shorts and mandals that looked like they were from 1994.
What are mandals?
Like
man-made sandals?
The sandals that guys wear.
Oh look, there's another
strappies. I think they're called Chacos or something.
There's another turnover. Look at you. You go, Cowboys. But are you going to do something with this turnover? That's the other question. So she dressed like a homeless person. She wore men's sandals.
Yeah, she wore men's sandals. And I am so glad. I'm so thankful I didn't sit next to her. I can only imagine what she smelled like.
Dude,
I'm saving the earth. I'm not taking showers. I'm saving water. I'm saving the planet by not taking a shower.
You know, I used to know a guy that didn't. He couldn't tell when his teeth were dirty. I guess he didn't brush his teeth. Like he just didn't brush. I mean, I think he did, but I don't think he brushed it as often as he should. I think he brushed them the way I brush my dog's teeth, like once a week, once every 10 days, whatever. And I really think that he didn't understand. I don't know, or maybe he was just a hippie. I don't know. But he was like a pretty well put together kind of guy. But whenever you're stuck like talking to him, whenever you're like in a meeting and he's just like, you're like, dude, you're singeing my eyebrows. And that was normal. And like you want to tell them.
I know, it's so awkward. It's like, do I tell you your breath stinks or no?
Do I tell you your breath stinks? Do I tell you? Oh. Well,
I'd want to be told. I would want to be told.
I was in a meeting one time, and we were, let's see if we can do a diagram here. There were 6 of us. So there were 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 at the table. I'm sitting here at the end. I'm 3 on this end. The person next to me and the person right across from me both have cats. And I don't think it's one cat. I think it's like a litter of cats. And I was sitting there, and I'm at lunch, granted. We're at like a lunch meeting. And I'm in this meeting, and I'm trying to figure out who stinks. Which one of these cat people stink. And not all cat people stink, but these particular ones reeked. And I'm sitting there during this whole meeting, like I'm trying to look focused. I'm trying to like talk during this meeting and put in my 2 cents. But the whole time I'm looking, I'm like, who's the culprit? Which one of your cat pissed on you? Or did the cat piss on both of you and it's just throwing me off? It was very disturbing. And I'm sitting here trying to eat and have a meeting, and I'm talking to these people, and I'm just like, which one did it? Mm-hmm. And I got up to excuse myself to get a refill and go to the bathroom. Like, they must have thought something was wrong with me because I kept getting up.
So you could breathe.
Yeah, they're like, man,
get oxygen to your brain.
Sergio's a weirdo. He's always getting up to go take a piss and to get more drink. Like, stop drinking and you want to take a piss all the time. Yeah, it was just very disturbing. It's like that vomit beer thing. But that sucks horrible. When you have 2 people. Like, usually if there's one person that smells, you can kind of narrow it down who it is. Mm-hmm. But when you have 2, you're like, which one smells? And is it both of them? Or am I just so used to smelling one of them that I think it's both of them? I don't know, man. It stunk. It stunk like Animal Kingdom. So
Man.
I don't even know how we got. Oh, we were talking about the beard. That's how we even started
Yeah.
this whole topic.
Yeah.
2nd and goal. Dallas Cowboys. 7:17 left in the second quarter.
Ooh, throw it. Catch it.
Oh. Lost by 2 yards. Number 85.
Oh, it's the second quarter.
Yeah, it's the second quarter. Dallas Cowboys leading 7-0. 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Let's watch the replay here, Dick. Can I call you Dick?
Sure.
Oh, it's just not as good. I just can't do it as good. It's kind of a good game, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's going better than
3rd
I
and goal.
expected.
Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott at the shotgun. 6 seconds left on the clock. Oh, penalty. Offsides.
Offside.
False start. Offsides. False start. False start. Oh. Did he say everyone except the center? I think he said everyone except the center. Oh, he did. He said everyone except the center. That's pretty funny. All right, let's get some live play-by-play here from the game. Good old Des Bryant. We got to stay on air with this segment until this thing's over.
Yeah, we're not going to stop now.
Yeah, we got to stay on so that the people can hear what happened.
Yeah, we're at what, the 10-yard line?
Yeah, we're at the 5.
We're at the 5, man.
We're at the 5-yard line. Oh.
What down is this? 3rd down?
This is. I don't know if that was a first down. Oh, it's a Dan Bailey kick. Oh, Dan Bailey's back. Dan Bailey's been out with a groin injury. Oh, let's see.
Beautiful.
You know, that's another thing I hate that they do in football. They'll talk about the kicker, and they're like, oh, Dan Bailey hasn't missed a kick in 422 tries. Chip shot for him, and then he misses it. Like, they always show the stat, or they tell you the stat. You know, Dak Prescott hasn't thrown an interception in, 200 attempts. Next play, interception. It's almost like they have a headset. Like, the player has a headset on.
By the way, I'm about to do this.
And they know that they're supposed to screw up right now. I don't know. So, we're going to take a break.
Do you have to pee again?
No, I need to go get another beer.
Ah.
And we'll be back. That's rude. Pee again.
It's a good assumption. It is an accurate assumption.
Don't worry about where I'm going. Get a beer. Okay, so during the break, and actually I forgot about something. I don't know if it's safe for me to say this now, but I was talking to you that I guaranteed the Cowboys were going to win.
Okay.
I told you that before the
Yes.
game started. Oh, mic is completely backwards. I was talking to the ass of the mic. Can I still do my guarantee that they're up 10-0? That's not fair, is it? Because I told you they were going to win.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, if they lose up 10-0, we're going to have to do something bad to me. Did he? Oh my God, he took the. Yeah, if they lose this game, if the Redskins come back and beat them, we're going to have to figure out something bad to happen to them. Because they shouldn't lose this game. You can't be up 10-0 going in almost into halftime and lose it, even though they have.
I've seen bigger comebacks before.
That's what she said. So, I'm going to guarantee a Cowboys victory at this point.
Okay.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll figure out my fate next week.
So we got to torture you in some way. Is that
Yes,
what
it'll
you're
be some
saying?
sort of torture.
Okay.
Yes. But, we were talking about when Hanukkah starts. And you said you thought it was the 8 days of Hanukkah? Because it was the 12 days of Christmas?
I don't know how many days are in Hanukkah. I'm not Jewish, so I don't know. I don't know if it's 8 days or
I think it's 8
9.
days.
Because there's 9 candles on the thing.
No. The Adam Sandler movie was 8 Crazy Nights. And he's Jewish. I think it's 8.
We're looking it up.
But when does it start? And is it the same days every year, or is it like the first through the 8th, or is it like the first Monday of the month of December?
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 9 candles on the menorah. That's what it's called.
The menorah.
1 additional light on each night of the holiday. The menorah consists of 8 branches with an additional visual distinct branch.
Okay.
When does it start? Wikipedia, you're giving me too much info. I'm overwhelmed.
It's not even telling you when it starts. You just know we have 8.
Hanukkah 2017. How about that? It starts Tuesday, December 12th and ends Wednesday, December 20th.
So, okay, but does it start the 12th of every year? Or does it start like on the second Tuesday of the month?
I don't know.
Well, that's what you're looking up right now. Research.
Well, it says
market
Hanukkah
research.
2017, so I'm assuming it might start a different day every year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's weird because us Americans have. Oh,
Go! He's got it!
I think I have the Cowboys defense on my DraftKings, but I'm not sure. Dude. Bomb ass.
Is that like a 60-yard touchdown or more?
Dude, that was
83
83.
yards.
Oh, and Dak Prescott's getting x-rays? Who's coming off the bench? Tony Romo? Oh, no, he's hurt. Or he's out. Dude, good job.
Who is that?
That is that little white dude.
Beasley?
No, that's not Beasley. That's the poor man's Cole Beasley. Dang, what is his name? No. What is that little white dude's name? Ryan Switzer.
Oh.
He's the poor man's Cole Beasley. He's like Cole Beasley Jr. Because Cole Beasley's number 11 and he's number 10, I believe.
Oh.
So, okay, so us Americans have the same holiday. Like Christmas falls on the same day every year.
Yes.
It's always the 24th and the 25th.
Christmas Eve is always the 24th.
Okay, so is Hanukkah always the 12th? I just want to know, like, is it better for me to switch?
I'm not the person. Oh, so last year it started December 24th and ended January 1st.
That's kind of confusing, isn't it?
I don't
And
know
then
the
is that
Jewish
even
calendar.
is that even fair? We're gonna start Hanukkah on Christmas. Shouldn't they look at their calendar and say, "Oh, we can't start this day. Let's start on the 23rd because
But they don't recognize Christmas, so they don't care.
They should recognize other people and say like, well, we don't want to be dicks. Let's start on the 23rd or let's start on the 26th.
To be honest, do we recognize them during the holiday season? Every store's filled with Christmas stuff, not Hanukkah stuff.
Hitler recognized them. He had an ashtray full of them.
He said that, not me. Not me. He said that.
I'm not supposed to say everything I think, am I?
No. I mean, you can, but our watchers can say whatever they want too on social media. So.
I'm going to get my little Hitler mustache, and I'll have a, what did I say, a white Supreme mocha?
White Supreme mocha.
Extra smoky.
Extra cream.
Extra crispy, extra smoky. God. Local internet radio show host was banned from the airwaves today. Not for sexual harassment, but for making fun of Jews.
But for racism.
Jews runs the media in this world, so he has now been banished from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and anything that may be created between now and eternity.
I'll find a new co-host.
Yeah, I'm not racist. I just make fun of people. That's different. I'm not racist. Did he fumble it? Oh, he did. No, they're blowing the whistle. Dude, that would suck if you just scored and then... Oh, that would have been awesome. Oh, is he down? Oh, no, it was on the way out before he went down.
Yeah. I wish you guys could see the game right now. If I could, I'd be streaming the game for y'all to see. Ugh.
I'm pretty sure I think I just violated some kind of FCC law right there. So I'm going to get a notice from the Jewish Coalition of America and the Federal Trade Commission and possibly the NFL.
That's all true. Plus that song that we
oh yeah, the Who Let the Dog? No, is it Who Let the Dogs Out?
No.
I forgot what other song it was. Something else I violated. I don't know. Was that a fumble?
Does that have to be both knees on the ground or your
No, his butt can be on the ground. No, the ball was coming out before he hit the ground. Isn't that amazing how like they have these awesome camera angles that like is zooming in
He's
and
literally
out.
upside down. Look at this guy.
That's pretty awesome.
Freaking acrobats on the football field.
No, nothing was down. Isn't that cool? Like there's some cameraman with a little wheel that he's just sitting there like slowing it down.
There's also the one on the zip line.
I know, but I'm saying like there's a producer in there like with the wheel like slowing this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. I'd want a video if I was that guy. Like,
right? No, look what I can do.
Look at this somersault I'm doing. See, look, his like butt is a millimeter off the ground.
You can see the shadow underneath it. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Aww. Oh no, buffering. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 3 minutes left, and we got in the half, and we got to watch. We got to stay on the air.
That's like 30 more minutes of football.
We got to stay on the air for this. Ooh, look at the defense. Look at that.
We should probably find something else to talk about, so people just watching us watch football.
We were talking about me being not a racist, but I just make fun of people. Like, don't take me seriously.
I never take you seriously.
I'm talking about America or the internet world.
Okay, well, we're still working on our viewers and few people coming on here for the first time and be like, who's this racist asshole?
It's called Law and Disorder.
Yeah, right.
If you're watching this show, you probably should be expect to be offended. What the hell? Good job, defense. This is the comeback now. This is the part where the opposing team comes back. It'll be like 42 unanswered points by the Redskins, and the Cowboys just sit there.
By the way, Sergio, did you see my Twitter post for Thanksgiving, my Thanksgiving clapback?
No, what was your clapback?
Yeah, you didn't see my clapback?
What was your clapback?
My clapback's epic. Go on Twitter, see my clapback. I came up with it myself.
This is the best stuffing I've ever had. Well, you were the expert on getting stuffed. And then you have a picture of, is that Scott Hall or is that Kevin Nash?
I don't know.
I think that's Kevin Nash. I think Scott Hall was the other one. You don't even know who it is, and you just put a picture of him
No,
up
I
there.
searched GIFs, and this is the GIF that came up.
Is it GIF or is it GIF?
I call it GIF.
But is it GIF or is it GIF?
GIF.
Okay.
Like
GIF,
a gift. If you put a T at the end,
GIF
it'd be
is
a
a
gift.
peanut butter.
GIF is peanut butter and spelled with a J. Exactly.
GIF.
So I call it a GIF.
Okay, I just didn't know. I don't know these things. Just like, is it meme or is it meme?
Meme.
But isn't it spelled meme?
No.
Is it M-E-M-E?
Mimi would be M-I-M-I.
But you spell me, M-E.
Yeah, but when you put M-E-M, it'd be mem, and you add the E on the end, it makes it meme.
Meme?
There's no accent. I took French. There's no accent, so it's not meme.
Meme.
It's meme.
Meme.
And then the meme.
Is it meme? M-E-E?
And then in the meme.
M-E-E-M?
My best subject was math. Don't ask me to spell.
Well, you're on the radio. Your best subject was radio.
Yeah. No, I'm good at talking. Don't ask me to write a research paper. No.
Or add or subtract.
I can add and subtract.
Do you know that kids don't know how to do cursive?
They don't teach it anymore.
Did they teach you cursive?
When I was a kid, yeah, I learned cursive.
Here,
I can cursive.
I wanna break another law. We'll stop for this commercial break here. Here, I'll give it a mic.
Instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago. Happy holidays from Sprint. Where are you getting?
What was that about?
Fifth line free. That's 50% off.
Shout out to Sprint. They suck as bad as rotary phones.
I have Verizon.
I do too. I don't know. I just thought I'd break another rule. I want to see how many cease and desist letters I can get in one day.
We'll count, because I can count.
Apparently. I can count. I know how many beers I've had.
How many?
Not enough.
There you go.
So a Mimi, not a Mimi.
It's a meme. Ew, don't smell it. It's like you keep forgetting.
It's such a horrible smell. Why does it hold the smell? Oh, it's clear.
Air it out. Like, there you go. You're nasty.
I told you that one time me and Steven were smelling each other's beer, or each other's mic. Like, we had like a whole segment of just smelling each other's mic.
Have these ever been like washed, like the covers? Ew, I shouldn't touch it.
You probably shouldn't touch it. You probably, like, whatever's on there is not airborne. Whatever it is, like, I think something about this makes it disinfect.
Really?
I mean,
I don't believe you.
I could spray it with Lysol, but it probably
Yeah.
won't kill whatever's on here.
It'll help.
I don't think
Everyone
it'll-
I know is getting sick.
I know you're over there.
I'm thirsty. My throat was dry.
You've got beer.
I know. I've been drinking it.
Earlier you just said.
Hey, I'm not sick, but everyone I know is sick. My brother has pneumonia right now.
So, okay, so if next week if you call me and say I can't do a show because I have pneumonia, I have walking pneumonia. What is walking pneumonia? Like where you have it but you don't go to bed? Like you don't like get well?
You're still able to walk, I guess. I don't know.
I think walking pneumonia is like,
I think that
like-
means it comes and goes.
yeah, like you're healthy enough to function but you're still sick. What the hell? Like a 60-yard catch. 34 yards. Way off. Way off. So he just got regular pneumonia?
Yeah.
Is he
But
doing-
he has the flu too.
Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Is he okay? Like, is he going to make it?
I mean, he's alive. I got up for work Wednesday morning and I was leaving my house and he walked out the door right after me. He's like, "Oh, good, you're leaving. You're parked behind me. I have pneumonia. I'm going to the doctor." And I was like, he could barely walk. I felt awful. I was like, "Do you want me to drive you to the doctor? I'll drive you to the doctor. I'll go into work late." He's like, "No, it's all the way in Frisco." I was like, "Oh,
I'm good.
it'd take like an hour to get there." And
I'm
I
good.
made sure he texted me and he got there, so I knew he got there okay.
Pneumonia is pretty bad, though. Pneumonia is the one that attacks the lungs.
Yeah, it's when you have fluid buildup in your lungs and like the little whatever they're called, the little air sacs in your lungs. They fill with fluid, and so it hurts to breathe. Like you can't breathe. And
I gave a girl pneumonia once in college. At least once. We had to go there, didn't we?
You had to, apparently.
I had to, several times.
Anyways, luckily,
that's not how guys get pneumonia. I mean, some guys, but that's straight men.
he got a prescription, so I'm hoping that's helping him. But poor thing, he's so sick.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, he was in quarantine at the doctor's office and everything.
Like they put the curtain around him and they said he couldn't leave.
I think he was like in a separate room.
For how
They
long?
had to X-ray him.
Oh, they got to do a chest X-ray.
Yeah.
They have to do a chest X-ray, don't they?
See if there's fluid in the lungs and stuff.
That sucks. He's all right. He's good.
I haven't seen him. I don't know. I'm assuming he's
still at
better.
the hospital?
No, he's home, and he's taking his meds. I'm
can't
assuming
leave?
he's feeling better.
He can't leave his room.
Yeah, he didn't leave his room like the first night. I bought him a little care package. So I bought him like a little bag with like some medicine, tissues, and he likes to read, so I bought him a book so he can read.
You should have gone to the pharmacy at work and got him some drugs, like the stuff that.
I know. I had a whole warehouse
You
full
should
of
have got him. You
drugs.
should have just like walked through the tranquilizer section and just kind of like.
Get a shopping cart and just walk up and down the aisles of our warehouse. You know, pick what
Is
I
that
want
what y'all
off
do
the-
for your company Christmas party? You'll just go driving. You'll just go walking through like, oh, we need some Adderall. And we need some.
You want some nice statin? You want some Doxepin?
Oh, we need some uppers, some downers. Not everybody likes uppers. Get some.
Mirapriprazole, get some uppers. No, we can't do that. It'd be illegal. Yeah.
I work at a.
We can
work at a
we can
drug
look at the
warehouse.
drugs and we can hold them and package them up, but we can't open them.
That's the best part.
Can't open them.
That's like telling a little kid you can work in a toy factory, but you can't play with it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Or you work at like a candy store, but you can't eat any of the candy. That's exactly what it is.
Like you're gonna manufacture all this candy, but you're not gonna get to eat any of it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You're gonna go work at this strip club, but you're not gonna get to sample any of the strippers. I thought that was gonna be that death cough again, but
No.
it was a yawn. So now we've got 58 seconds left. Second quarter, 17-7. Cowboys will have the ball back.
Wow, it was 4.
I'm trying to keep that, by the way.
Stop smelling it.
I wasn't trying to smell it. I was trying to keep it at bay.
Ugh,
We're still here.
we're good.
I need to call this mic company and commend them on their mic. This thing handles burps, drops, everything but farts. We haven't farted on the mic. You can't do that. That actually really gets you really sick.
To fart on a mic and then talk into it.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get pink eye. I mean, not talking into the mic, but like if you fart on somebody's face,
No, you're lying.
you can get pink eye because it's like you're releasing bacteria. If I sit on your face and fart on you, or if I fart on your pillow and you lay on it like about the same amount of time it took me to smell it, if you lay right on it, yeah, there's like bacteria floating around and you'll get that fecal matter in your eyes, and that's how you get pink eye.
Is that how pink eye started?
I mean, I don't know if that's how it started, but that's really what it is. It's getting bacteria in your eye, and then you get an infection.
So I guess you can get all the different kinds of bacteria in your eye.
Yeah,
Any kind of bacteria can give you pink eye.
because your eye technically is like an open. It's like an open organ.
Ugh.
Like you've never seen. Like I had a friend, for example, that wore contacts, and she always slept in them. And then she got to the point where she got a bacteria infection in her eye because it's basically a petri dish that she had over her cornea because she never took them out. So the bacteria just slowly started building up.
Ew.
Yeah, and she can't wear contacts anymore.
Ew. No, I take mine out every night.
Yeah, but that's why you're
Glasses.
supposed to,
Yeah.
because then you'll build up bacteria because that's like it's an easy opening into your eyes.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the other night, I was at my boyfriend's and I petted his cat, and I made the mistake of touching my eye, and it got
Yep.
itchy,
Uh-huh.
and I kept itching it because I couldn't stop itching it, and my eye got so swollen, like I literally looked like this, like I couldn't even open my eye. It was so bad. It was so bad. It hurt. It burned. Like
Same
it-
concept.
Yeah, and
It was the bacteria.
I had to like wash my eye with like water and put eye drops in it. It wasn't until then that the swelling finally went down.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
You had that hair in there, the little hair follicle, and it had the bacteria.
I think it was just, the particles on the hair that were on my hands got in my eye because I didn't have the hair in my eye.
You had the particles. You had the hair, the cat, the cat bacteria. Cats are very dirty animals.
Yeah, this one, she's mostly an outdoor cat, so they let it
Oh,
inside.
no.
And
I wouldn't have an outdoor cat.
but I can't not pet the cat. I mean, come on.
Yes, you can.
No, I'm gonna pet the cat.
That's what he said. Oh, they're gonna give up. There's
How much time is left?
There's 8 seconds left. It's 3rd and 2. They're just gonna kneel the
We're
ball.
still up
Oh no, they might go for a field goal. Look at this.
He's the most accurate kicker in the NFL right now.
I know he hasn't played since week 7. He was injured, so he might not be able to kick the same way he used to kick. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. This is a pretty entertaining broadcast just because we're watching the TV. Like we're very quiet and we're just like, all right,
Very focused.
forget the people over here. We're gonna watch this game.
Nope.
Oh, now he's got to go for the field goal.
Yeah, they have to.
He took a pretty good hit, but I think it's like a 60-yard field goal right now. Yeah, because you can't do the field goal. He won't make it. He just came back from a groin injury. You can't tell that dude to kick like 65 yards. Kick his leg out.
Well, don't you build up more muscle after you've like torn or injured a muscle?
Yeah, but you don't want to come back your first game after an injury and try to go for a 65-yard field goal.
Sometimes you don't have that choice.
No, they're going to go for a Hail Mary play. At least they're going for it and they're not just downing the ball. There you go. Oh, look at that throw. Oh, did he go get it? Oh, no. Okay. Well, first half of football's over. The whole show of ours is over.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
really all we were
won't-
waiting on was just...
Yeah, we won't make you guys watch us watch football anymore.
No, we'll drink beer and watch the second half. So, that's our show for the night.
That's our show, guys. Thanks for hanging in there.
Than's for putting up with us for an extra...
we're trying to get better. I'm trying to reach out more on social media. So
We haven't mentioned Bring Back Pound.
Bring Back Pound. It's
Pound
on
Bring
all
Back
my
Pound.
social media. It's at the top. I'm including it with every post that I make. Hashtag Bring Back Pound. We're gonna bring it back.
I actually had a call the other day at a call center. I called about something. Like, for English, press the pound or hashtag sign.
Yay! And you thought of our show.
I was like, what the hell? Just stop. Call it pound. So,
Yeah, but, check out our social media. I'll post all of our links to all of our
Twitter.
Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, all on our Facebook page. Check it out.
we have a Pinterest where she makes
We
crafts
don't have
every day.
we don't have a Pinterest. I have a Pinterest. If you want to follow me on Pinterest, you can.
You don't make crafts daily?
No, but I went to a Pinterest conference.
That doesn't even sound exciting.
It
Like,
was
you and a
so
bunch of old
fun.
ladies?
It was so fun. It was full of women.
Of course
It's just
it
a
was.
big conference, and like you go there and you make crafts, like everything that's on Pinterest. Like you go do there. It was awesome. So fun.
It's like my kid's daycare, but for adults.
Yeah, it's like arts and crafts for grown-ups.
So weird.
It was awesome.
All right, guys. Until next time, we are Law and Disorder. Law and Disorder Week? Law and Disorder.
Law and Disorder. Get it right.
Signing out.
Bye, guys.